speaking of Ray Park and speaking of the Phantom Menace, Kelsey had a really fun idea for us to go through. So I'm going to bring her here. Hey, Kelsey, how are you?
Yeah, well, I was just thinking because I mean we have two like really awesome MMA fighters here, and just like when you think of Star Wars fights, like probably the most iconic one has to be Duel of the Fates. And so I'm kind of wondering from both of you guys if there's anything in there that you could actually use in a UFC fight, or if anything actually makes any sense. If it's as good to like a UFC fighter as it is to someone who's just a fan of watching action.
I get it. Yeah, let's rewatch it.
Let's rush it. Yeah, let's watch it together. Here we go. Here it is. We can pause it anywhere along the line.
So my first critique was going to be that it would have been a lot easier to circle around them instead of doing a front like somersault to the other side of him. I feel like he would have had more energy to swipe across as he circled. That was a little unnecessary.
But like it looked really cool though, right?
It was a little showboaty.
A little bit. And with the dual sabers too, at any point he could have gotten sliced in half as he's spinning over the top.
Okay. Real quick, are you familiar with all of Ray Park's martial arts background? Like, is what he doing actually like good form?
It looks amazing, but I'm not familiar.
No, I mean, right off the bat, what you notice is everyone stays in their stance. They all have dynamic movement. They're all balanced. Their center of gravity is balanced. So, I mean, initially that's what it is, and everybody has tight technique. Elbows are in. They're keeping their sabers controlled. And then in this scene, they start going. They put. Darth Maul, they put him completely on the defense right off the bat. So in a fight, that's what you want. Sometimes the best defense is a great offense.
Cool. I gotta ask you, in light of, other than looking cool, is there any benefit to spinning that double-bladed saber? I mean,
it looks really cool.
It's
it is hard.
Some fighters that have like really cool spinning moves, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's hard to track where the point of hitting is going to be. You kind of make a force field around yourself, much like this scene where he hits the button and makes the force field.
Is this part like you guys are just kind of staring each other down like during like in the middle of rounds, like?
Well, or you can refer to it, sometimes we call it staring in the mirror, and that's when you're both at this neutral point. It's almost like a gentleman's agreement where you're just kind of waiting or taking information in before somebody strikes.
Just gonna take that break real quick.
Yeah.
Take a breath. And here comes the corner man with the water for Liam Nelson. Oh no! The commission's not letting you in the cage. Yeah, I feel like Liam Nelson was a little too much on the defense here. If he had gone a little more offense, he would have been able to cut in and get past the double sabers.
So you think like he let himself get into a negative position then?
This got him cornered.
He did.
Yeah.
He let Darth Maul take charge. He let him control the rhythm of the fight, and that's when he started backing up. And then once you control the rhythm of the fight, that person is only reacting, and it's easier to set up the feints and set up what we're about to see horribly in the next few minutes or seconds.
Oh, awesome. Spoiler.
Ooh, yeah. Now this is the after the fight where the cornerman jumps over the cage, tries to attack the other
All hell
fighter.
breaks loose.
Yes, exactly.
This kind of makes
Or
me think
it
of
could
that.
be in Russia where they allow 2-on-1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This happens.
The team fights where one person gets submitted and then all of a sudden it's 2-on-1.
Oh man.
That was a nice kick. But see that again with the flips. There's no point.
See,
Yep. Well, and
That's
you know you're
wasted
doing good.
energy.
You know you're doing good if you get kicked in the face, do a backflip, and land on your feet. Like you've got something working in your favor.
I feel like backflips or any kind of stunt work should be done as a celebratory technique. After your hands raised, after you know you nailed it or knocked somebody out, then put your acrobatics in. I'm even a little bit weird with spinning stuff. It just sometimes spinning stuff pays off magically and you end up with a highlight reel knockout or a move. But most of the time, or some of the time, can't say most, some of the time you end up in really bad positions.
A lot of
Well, and I think
Like
Go ahead.
as I'm watching this, I'm like kind of getting like early like Paige Van Zandt vibes, just lots of spins, like flips.
And there's also something to be said for, like you said, the extra flips, the extra spins, those parts. Takes me back to the classic scene in Raiders where the guy with the sword's just going
Yes.
crazy and Indy just pulls the gun out and shoots him. Like, what do you think you're doing? Like, this isn't the time.
Exactly.
That was
After you shoot him, then you spin the gun and put it away. You don't pull the sword and then, yeah, I feel you on that.
All right, couple more seconds here on this.
The other thing is that hole's been there the entire time, and they've never thought to kick him in it. Like-
Yeah,
It's just, they're not aware of their surroundings. They're not using their cage awareness.
It's one of
Finally.
those first rules. You have to
Yes.
know your
Yep.
surroundings. You have to know your opponent's weaknesses and strengths. You just need to know where to attack.
Yeah, use
Oh, that's
environment
cool.
to your advantage.
that's great. You know, honestly, that was really cool to hear people who know what's going on, because I live in the hey, that looks really cool world. So
I mean, we're being very nitpicky because he made
of course,
us.
yeah,
That's
because
okay.
asked,
We
It
like
was
it.
still cool.
We like it.